So are you, right? Oh, fed up.
We are now live, Neil, just so you know.
Is that when I'm not allowed to laugh?
No. No, definitely not. No laughing, no smiling.
He's got such an evil laugh.
Oh, come on, I've got to make a cup of tea. Can I laugh at the tea bag?
I've got to sit with serious faces tonight.
Well, you're in the wrong bloody house for that.
Any humour might be taken out of context.
Not the time to start telling jokes.
No.
What is it he wants?
Oh, I'm not going to ask that question.
We've got a wayward dog.
All the time, that. And you choose now.
I reckon he does it on purpose.
What? It might be flipping spring, but it's freezing out here. Oh, where are you going?
3 viewers. I can't see who's coming because Angela's busy with the dog at the moment. Our dog is being a bad boy.
Nobody's trapped at the minute, so I can't tell you who's in. Right. Get up there and get to sleep.
Neil,
Oh,
you might want to turn your TV off, especially that particular.
He's not there.
He's got Nazis
that's what?
marching through the background.
So where they captured the motion of the two off the train.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
It's not funny.
No, I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, well, think along the lines of that army, the Sixth Army, who thought they were undefeatable when they beat France with the same army which destroyed in Stalingrad.
No, I'm not on about that. I'm just saying I shouldn't laugh full stop.
Why not?
Because we mustn't.
Eh?
I think that's enough of that, and let's just get on with the show.
Yes. So, welcome back, everyone. Wednesday night once again. And it's been quite a week.
It's been one hell of a week.
Yeah, I really don't know where to begin. I don't want to go into too much detail. So basically, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. First of all, we started Misfits with the intention of being a different channel from many of the others. I don't mean that in a derogatory way to any of the other channels. I've got no, I'm not going to put one above the other and say, we just wanted to be different from all of them. Not massively different in, just different in,
Relax.
Yeah, more relaxed. More a members club rather than a group that's led. So, we wanted to, it was very important to all of us that the members be included in every decision, in almost everything as much as possible. Now, the last sort of 7 days has seen our ethos, if you like, tested to the limit. we've had
tested to the max, not the
yeah,
limit.
we've had some people in the channel that have tried to cause disruption, and at one point we really thought we were going to have to take the drastic step of kicking somebody out, and that didn't sit well with anyone. We just didn't want to do that.
Or certain people quitting.
It just wasn't what we set it up for, and I think Neil will agree. There's been times when we've even wondered whether it was worth carrying on, because it just all seemed to be falling apart at one point. But we've rallied and we've overcome that, and I'm not going to give any fuel to anyone else over anything that's happened in the last 7 days. There's going to be no more talk of it from us. We're just going to rise above it, carry on with what we're doing, and concentrate on the channel, which is the important thing. Now, the channel, we have all, it's just an unfortunate coincidence that we've all got things going on in our personal lives which has had to take forefront at the moment on the channel. So normally I would be looking to do reviews, we would be making tutorials, we'd be making videos of all sorts to put up for the members and the community on YouTube. But because of unfortunate incidents, for example, my mum has been in hospital very poorly with serious heart failure. And so my mind is on that. I done a review of a Night Rider kit a couple of days ago, which I put out on the channel, and anyone that watched it will know that I wasn't really focused on that kit. I was rambling a lot, and in fact the review took nearly an hour. So I will probably end up taking it down and redoing it. But that's the sort of thing that's happening. I've been trying to keep going with the channel, but I'm just, everything's backed up at the moment. I know Neil also has personal commitments and issues that are going on at the moment, and he has to be at the hospital quite a lot.
But we wish his partner.
Yeah, where that's, I mean, I haven't said what it's about. So, but we obviously wish Neil well and his partner, and hope that there's a good outcome there for them. And also Reece, unfortunately, at exactly the same time, he's got personal issues as well. I'm not going to go into that, but wish Reece all the best, and he is still with us, but he's just sorting things out for himself. So I don't know whether he's got plans to drop in tonight or not. I've sent him an invite.
He may do later. I've spoken to him for 5 minutes, but at the moment he's at his dad's and he's moving stuff out the van and everything. So it's one of them. He's absolutely knackered because he's had 2 days of it, and
and it's just unfortunate that
sometimes life sucks, but we just got to get on with it.
We're trying to do our best.
At the end of the day, modelling is a hobby, and unfortunately, life gets in the way of it.
Yeah, that's true. And sometimes you know, so things have been a bit slow getting going on the channel. Having said that, we've got 27 subscribers at the moment, which I'm quite happy with. I'm quite happy with. It's building up slowly. Obviously, the bigger the subscriber base, the quicker things are going to happen.
Yeah,
certainly.
We have ideas of putting, if you want, different types of videos out. Depending, we'll put videos out as well, what the members actually want, and what you want to see. But we've got ideas of instructional videos, things like that. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's none of us are in a position to record them because we just snowed under with other things which take priority. But we will get round to doing it. I do apologise because we weren't intending it to be like this. It's just that when we started the channel, it seems that everything has just piled on top of every one of us at the same time.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Yeah, how it's happened together, we do not know, but it's just bosher. It's like everybody's had the bucket tipped on top of them.
Yeah, and I think that's that about sums that bit up for the Misfits sort of news, as it were. So
let's get on with the show.
Yeah. So what did I buy? Actually, I've bought quite a bit this week.
Yeah, you did.
Can I ask a more important question? What set of curtains did you make the shirt out of?
I told you I got loads of these. I'll try and wear.
I reckon that was a set of curtains that you don't want anymore. That is.
Yeah.
I guarantee I've never had curtains like that, and I've never
No, I've got a shirt somewhere that looks suspiciously like some wallpaper we had.
Oh, just like a colourful shirt.
Yeah, I probably might wear that one next week, the wallpaper one.
Do you?
So, yeah, I went into my local hobby shop, which I don't do very often, I must admit.
Thank God.
I normally buy all my stuff through Mike Jolly, and I have got some stuff on the way from him. But we went into the hobby shop. Now, I went in. What did I go in for? A tub of paint.
Yeah.
So I went in
a tub of paint
for this. Now, this is.
You didn't come out with that.
The Tamiya spray, and this is the dark blue, and it's going to be for the Phantom that I'm building. I am going to do a tutorial on decanting this, because some people have asked how it's done. Neil wants to brush up on this, so what I might do is we might have a bit of a laugh one night and we'll do the tutorial. I'll show Neil and we'll do it together, and that'll be the tutorial, so it'll be a bit of fun as well. So I went in for that. I got that. And so what else did I get? I got this liquid gravity. I've been going in the hobby shop and looking at this every single time I go in, and this is bloody heavy. This tiny little deluxe bottle is bloody heavy. You could cost somebody over the head with that. Not that I would recommend that. And of course they're trying to mug you.
You can bugger off.
So, well, I took the plunge and I bought it. It was £9.45, and it's basically it's like a ballast, like a sand, or no, they're tiny little pellets. Yeah, and you pour them in the nose with speed epoxy or super glue, and then that becomes your weight in the front nose. So I got that. I've also got some. I've got the cans of activator for super glue. Now, when I first started out, I wanted to get this, but it was too expensive and I couldn't justify buying it because I was at the beginning of the hobby and I didn't know whether it was going to take off. So, but this is the pump dispenser rather than the aerosol. And I prefer the pump dispenser to the aerosol, to be honest. Haven't used it yet, but I'll give it a go and I'll report back whether I think it's any good or not. So I got that as well. I topped up my sanding paper. I've done it again, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've done it again. Sorry, people. There we go. Oh, I can't believe it. Do it every week.
They know by now.
So let me just it's a bit skew with because I didn't set it up properly to begin with. There we go. So we'll go with that. So yeah, the Tamiya paint, obviously, the liquid gravity, which is that, and as I say, this is quite heavy, and the rocket blaster, which is a super glue activator, and that one was $6.99, and these all came from the model shop at 230 Wellingborough Road, Northampton. Just give them a little plug there. And then I bought some sanding paper. This is the stuff I use for my cars. So when I want a really nice finish, this is what I use. And on this, they do various ranges, but this one is 1,200, 1,500, and 2,000. So I got that.
Good evening, Rob, Seymour, Dave.
Hello, yes, hello, Rob, Seymour, Dave. That's a strange name you have.
Oh yeah.
Bugger off.
Yeah. So and
Come on, get to the good bit.
What is the good bit?
You know what the good bit is.
That, yeah.
This is like.
Where did I put it?
You better not have lost it.
Bin want it? Didn't you say you was putting it in the bin?
He better not have. This is like my ultimate kit.
Yeah, this.
He's made his partner very, very happy.
Yeah, it's just.
Ooh. Choose your words. Choose your words very carefully.
I made an hour review on this, and as Neil points out, it sort of turns into a bit of a rant.
My baby.
This Knight Rider.
Let's be truthful. My comment about his review of that kit was, "I'm sorry, Mark, but welcome to American car kits."
Yeah.
That's not the point. He's not doing it because of that. He's doing it because he loves me. Or at least I hope so. Because he wouldn't be doing it otherwise.
I mean, just as an example here, I mean, I've mentioned this in the review, but look at the size of them sprue gates.
Yes, but look at the car.
Have you ever seen sprue gates? That's as big as my finger. And they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're on the braces for across the engine. I mean, that's only a few little bits of plastic away from having to cut the whole damn thing out yourself.
But this is going to show your expertise.
No.
To get this car exactly right, aren't you?
I don't have any expertise when it comes to that.
You will have by the time that car's finished.
So, anyway, yes, I bought this on a whim because Angela's been after this car for...
Ever since you started modelling.
Yeah, ever since I started modelling, she's wanted this car. And I saw it. I paid... Oh, dear Lord, yes, I paid $29.99 for it. That's all I can say, really. And it's plastic, yeah.
It's my baby.
So the one thing I do want to ask is, I want I would like, never gets. I would like an LED for the front. If those of you that have seen or remember Knight Rider, the car has an LED that strobes backwards and forwards across the front.
Is Kit.
Yes, Kit. I need to source one of them. Well, preferably source one that's already made that I can just glue in. But failing that, I need to sort of make one. Now Maplin's are shut down, so that was our...
Don't worry, I will make it my mission to find you one.
Okay. Well, if anyone's got any tips on that, or even creating a soundboard with Kit's voice to put in it, you know, attach it to a button so that
tease me.
It can say things like "I am a hunk of junk."
Shut up.
Tow me away on scrap.
Somebody won't be on the show next week because he'll be in hospital.
So I also got, for a change, now this was on the recommendation of the shop. Now I normally buy all the glues, all the super glues that people recommend. I've got a whole drawer full of super glues, and I try them, and you know, with varying degrees of success. So this is the latest one. They recommend it as, they say it's as good as the Gorilla stuff that you can buy. And it's thick. I haven't got many thick ones. Now it says it's thick, but that doesn't really look that thick to me. I mean, maybe it is a bit gloopy, yeah.
It's thick. I haven't got many thick ones.
Oh, yeah, we've got a...
it says it's thick, but
that thick
to me. I mean...
So, I think that's it for what I've bought. Is it? Is that it for what I've bought?
That was enough.
Yeah, it was quite a lot. It doesn't seem a lot when you look at it, when you break it down.
All your glues.
Yeah, I mentioned the glues, the knives. I've got some knife blades, and you know, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay, so we're going to go over... do you buy anything this week, Neil?
Not a thing.
Right, that was quick section.
Not a thing. I've ordered 2 of the Lotus 49B kits I'm waiting for from Aeroboy because they're not in stock yet from Ebro. Other than that, no, I haven't brought anything.
I've ordered the new, what did you say it was, the Ford GT Le Mans?
Ford GT.
I've pre-ordered it. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but man, that's an amazing looking car. Neil's been fortunate enough. You've seen it in the flesh, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've seen it racing at Le Mans. First time was at Le Mans.
Neil's been to Le Mans, lucky bugger.
I've been there many times, but the last 2 times I went was actually as an holiday to watch it not work.
Yeah.
I've done Le Mans as a mechanic 12 years running, and it's hard work.
Yeah, because you worked for, was it Porsche you worked for? You were on the Porsche racing team?
Yeah, and I also worked for Kramer and Yes Racing, which was like on loan from Porsche when they were running Porsches. Yeah.
So Neil's actually been in the thick of it, where most of us can just look on and...
yeah, enjoy the racing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I've got to take this.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So, that covers what I've bought. Now, what have I been doing this week? Well, I don't know, any of you that have followed me will realise that I got an injury, a modelling injury, believe it or not, because of my accident and because of problems in hospital. That's not Angela laughing at my my injuries, by the way.
Sorry, my niece has just said, "Hi, Marge." Hi, Angela. How are you all?
Who's Marge?
She meant Marge.
So, yeah. So because of my injuries, my joints have a tendency to play up. Now, what normally happens is I will get a frozen shoulder, tennis elbow, or a repetitive strain injury on the thumb. Now, the thumb normally happens from gaming. But last week, I done quite a lot of sanding on the Revel Phantom. And about 4 days ago, my elbow seized up. and was extremely painful. I believe it's called tennis elbow. I don't know, but the elbow joint all swelled up with like a ball of liquid round it, and it was deeply uncomfortable. And as a result, I had to cease all modelling for about 3 or 4 days, which wasn't very nice. But I did get this far, and I've got to say, I'm so chuffed with this at the moment. This is the Phantom as it is at the moment. It's had a lot done to it in terms of sanding, filling. There's been a lot of sanding and filling, is basically what I'm saying, and scribing. Now, I'm not brilliant at scribing, and it's probably going to show in what you're seeing. But I've done the best I can. And I've just primed everything this afternoon with Mr. Surfacer 1200, and I'm pleased to say that the only thing that it's uncovered for me is what I thought was a seamless join there. Now there's a couple of little areas just on the, let me get the finger in, so just in front of my finger there, you might get it. There it is. There's a little line running along there where I got rid of it all the way up here.
John said it looks an excellent job.
I managed to, the wing roots are mostly okay. No nasty blobs of Revel cement like I used to get when I was a kid.
They've said nice job.
So yeah, I'm so pleased with that. I think it's more pleasing the fact that everybody said it's such a pile of shit. So this afternoon, the last thing I'd done before I came on was add these front sections on here. And then what will happen is, and I've yet to try these on, so if anything's going to be a poor fit now, there's not a lot I can do about it because it's not that way, not that one. So let's just see how this is going to look. That goes on. Oh, oh, there we go. And that. Look at that. That's clicked in beautifully. I mean, I'll come along there with a little bit of filler along there. Very tiny amount is needed, not much. There's the top side, and I'd really love these 1/32 kits. I'm tempted to try some more. I might do the Sky Raider next. It's been a real boost for my mojo. They normally say that it's the little kit. You want to, you know, if you're lacking in mojo, they say try something small and quick to build to help boost it up. Well, my mojo was virtually non-existent when I started this, and I really didn't. I don't know why I even started it. I just did, and it's been a huge boost. Because I've enjoyed it so much.
Got you back into modelling again.
Yeah, it has. And I don't know if let me just see if you can. Let me try and. Yeah, good night, Rachel. You can. I don't know if you can see the. If I can get it in. If it's so big, that's the trouble. The.
A lot bigger than we were expecting.
You can't see the fans. There's where's my phone with me torch on? I bleeding well put them in there and painted them, so I'm damn well going to show them.
Is that the Rebel one, Seymour said?
Yes, it is. So we look down. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, it's not gonna. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to be able to. Well, there is. Believe me, when you look down there in the light, there is a couple of. Maybe if I take them off, it might be easier. There are 2 turbines, and you can see them. Right, that's a waste of time. That's not happening. So trust me, they are there. I don't know if I can. Oh, right. Hold on a minute. I am gonna display these. If it's the last thing I do,
We'll be wrong, man.
I don't care. People are gonna see these fans.
But they might not care. They might not want to see them.
I'm gonna use my authority.
Seymour said he has the kit. It's still in the box.
There they are. You see them down there, and they're a lot clearer when you look at them in the daylight, so to speak. But there we go. Now that I've forced everybody to watch the fans.
Seymour, get it out of the box. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, my only advice is take your time. And people moan. Well, they don't moan. People often take the mick at me because I'm so slow at building. But I take my time. Just take your time with it, and do a couple of pieces a night, or or whatever, and you will be surprised. Be prepared to put in lots of filling and sanding. Now, it's not huge gaps that you're filling. I must point that out. They are not huge gaps. It's more that they're a little bit tricky. They're like thin lines, and mostly it's where you've got a little step. The biggest problem I had on this one here, if you look at this, the cockpit comes in here, and then it sort of comes up and across there. So if I can just get something else to... So where I've put in this, where I've scribed this line, it actually comes in just above that and then down the side there. And what I've done is, there was a slight step. This piece was slightly higher than this piece, and there's not much to play with in terms of the gap between where the cockpit's going to go here and where the step was. So I had to quite brutally sand a small, it's almost like a slope on this section here. And then I put a bit of, in fact, the only filler I've used throughout all of this at the moment is Mr. Surfacer 500. And I've just gone, and when there's been joins, I've used a paintbrush and just flooded the joins, left it overnight, come back the next day, sanded a bit off, and then flooded them again until I built the layers up. And it's just that. It's just, if you're okay doing that, you're going to have no problem at all, Seymour.
Just make sure you've got good elbows.
Yeah, and this is a beast. This is a monster. So you need...
plenty of space.
Think ahead. Yeah, you're going to need plenty of space for this. I don't. You can't see. This is. I'm basically on a snooker table.
A full-size snooker table.
Well, it's not. It's a kid's one.
It's not. That's a full-size snooker table. It's not a kid's one.
Andrew, have you seen a full-size snooker table?
Yeah.
They're massive.
When you advertise that and people ask for the measurements, they'd say that's not a kid's one.
Well, it's probably an adult's one, but a full-size snooker table. How big's a full-size snooker table?
It's an adult's snooker table, but it's not a kid's one. A kid's one would fit in here easily. Stop arguing, just get on the talk.
So, anyway, I'm sat on a gaming table of sorts. And yeah, so and it's so big. The kit is so big, but it's going to look so great. The only disappointment I have is I would love to have. Let me just show you that. I know many people that I've spoke to over the past years know I have this kit, and for a long time, I tried to get better decals because I don't like the decaling or the color of the kit. So let me just bring that up. So that's the one I'm building, and I'm just not a fan of that dark blue gold with that white writing on. Just not a big fan.
Haven't you looked at the writing what it is?
Yeah, it states, and it's got phantom.
Now, if you look at the writing properly, you can see an animal.
Can you?
Yeah, it's a rhino with its head down charging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, they were called toons and rhinos in Vietnam because that could take a right battering and still get home.
Ah. I haven't noticed that. The whole time I've looked at that picture, I've never noticed it's a rhino charging. And now Neil's pointed it out, it's as clear as day. So I suppose now then there's two types of people going to be watching this now. There's going to be the person that sat there going, of course it's that rhino. We can see it's a rhino. How the hell have you missed it? Right? Or there'll be me that's gone, oh, I didn't see that. So that has changed my opinion on the decals. I do like that now.
Well done, Neil.
I don't like the colour. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I don't like the German emblem on it. But
we won't go there.
That's just me. I'd much rather see a British flag on anything really.
I can see the rhino.
Well, you'd have an odd job on that lovely phantom because nobody else flew them but the Germans.
Yeah, yeah. So I like the one that Zuki Mora have got out. I love that navy, that pale grey navy with the...
That's a J model.
Yeah, yeah. So that was the style I liked, but unfortunately, because of the way they're classified, I've got the 4F. Decals for the 4F are few and far between. There is one other which is very hard to get hold of apparently, and it's a horse with flames around it, I think. And I did have the opportunity ages ago to buy the kit, and the guy wanted, I think, about 25 quid for the kit, but I only wanted the decals out of it. I did ask if he'd swap decals or something, but he didn't want to go there. So it was,
how many cameras do you got?
just one. Why?
Rachel kept telling me the screen kept swapping between her.
You know, I have just had a phone call off the horrible stern person who comes here. You know who I'm on about. Demanding to know why I am doing a live hangout with you when apparently I should be at the hospital with my missus.
Oh, tell her to bugger off.
Yeah, I've just told her exactly what she could go and do.
Yeah.
Wow. Just for everybody's to know, Neil hasn't abandoned his wife. Far from it. He's been there more or less 24 hours a day. He's took time off. He's come in to do the show.
Now let's be truthful. Her mum and her sister's up there, and for 20 years of marriage, me and her sister and me and her mum don't get on.
Yeah, so he's took the opportunity. He's just had the night off, but he's been up there all day today. So
yeah,
as long as his missus understands, that's all that counts.
I can't believe it's. So is she watching then?
Why is she?
No, she's heard off my brother. My brother said,
"All right."
Because apparently she's rung my brother and said, "Where is he?" And Neil said, "Oh, he's at home. He's took the dogs out, I'm fed up, and he's doing the Hangout live show tonight." So he's gone off on one.
Even so, it there.
Yeah.
They're going to rant at someone.
Oh no, I just wished it all me.
Yeah, I know, but at least if they're ranting at you, they're not ranting at anyone else.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be me.
Shut up.
Yeah, but you deserve everything you get.
Oh, I deserve everything I get.
Yeah, you deserve everything you get.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody said that once before. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, that was said about us once before. Yeah, I don't know. My ears were burning.
Your ears are always burning.
Yeah, we've got so many fans.
We love so much.
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you we've made it onto the big screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of big news in a way. We made it onto a big screen. I said the big screen, but we've made it.
Hey, just leave it at that, Mark. You didn't want it anything.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Just leave it at that. Just say that, you know, somebody, what has happened, just put it up on a big screen for people. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's all it was. It's so
we don't want to bring up what's happened last week. We don't. That's behind us. Just forget it. Let's ignore it.
He got his decals, the 132 scale off eBay.
Yeah. What did he get? What did you get, Seymour?
Seymour, what did you get? I don't know. Now that Neil's pointed out that's rhino, I quite like that now because I can see it now.
Isn't that weird? I like that now.
It's really weird. Now you can see what it actually is. It's like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll probably go with him.
Neil's got better eyesight than us two put together. So.
Yeah, well, he's been modelling a lot longer than... when did you start modelling? I think...
8 years old.
I don't think the wheel had been invented, had it?
Yeah, but what you got to remember is my dad flew Phantoms in the Navy, flew FG2s. And it's like I am fanatically into Phantoms. Fanatically, like I have, last count, 18 kits, Phantom kits. Asigawa 130, 148s and 132nd. I've got 5 Tamiya 132nd Phantoms for some bizarre reason. I will get to build them one day. But it's because I know that they were called the Rhino, I can see it straight away. Because that photo on the wall, that picture on the wall of the Phantoms, if you look closely, behind all the Phantoms, there's a Rhino charging behind them in the jet blast.
Yeah. So it's been handy because I've got my own personal reference library.
Yeah.
If I'm building anything and I'm not sure, I just give Neil a shout and say, "Wait,
is that right?
Is that right or is that wrong?" And he has a look at it and he says, "Oh, you could do with this or you could do with that," or "Yeah, that's spot on." Brilliant. And he's also got a whole wealth of books on it. So sometimes we refer to the pictures, don't we?
Yeah, let's leave out at that.
What?
Books and pictures.
What are you doing about books and pictures?
Oh, right,
you don't get that. No. All right, well, yeah.
I'll explain.
Angela's got the same sense of humour as I have.
Neil, it took a long time to get this sense of humour.
Yeah, she didn't have a sense of humour, and she still hasn't to a degree. So.
Well, I've got a better one than you because if Neil understands, you're a lost cause.
Is it a topical joke?
No, it's not. It's a rude joke.
Oh, right. Books and pictures.
Oh dear. Never mind.
Sorry
and the next topic.
Yeah.
Later.
Right, so I mean, we haven't got really much more in the way of anything lined up for tonight. We just thought we would go with the flow. And
anybody got any questions?
Yeah.
Answer them.
Anybody stuck on anything? Anyone want to share anything? Does anyone want to come in on the show?
Does anyone want to risk it and come in?
You know, if you've got a webcam and a camera and you want to jump in, we jump in and join the chat.
I was thinking if there's anything on, sure.
And then it goes deadly silent, and everybody's like,
I do. No, I'm just thinking if there's anything I can show. I've got tons and tons and tons of stuff here.
I'll tell you what, you've got one of those. Not many people have seen them. The expensive kits that come, the engineering projects. Remember, I called it an engineering project.
What factory hero kits?
Yeah.
You want me to show? You want me to show them too, dear?
Well, one of them. Pick a good one out, and we can have a look at a factory hero kit, because these are like the. These are the Harrods of the model world.
Tell you what, I'll get them both out, because one of them is a hybrid when they first tried a hybrid kit. And this is a very, very rare kit now. You can't get them for love nor money. So what I'll do is I'll get that one out, and I'll get the all singing, all dancing Bruff Superior out as well.
And you've got to think, these, I would say, in many ways, these are even better than the, what is it that Airfix do? The Porsche? Porsche.
Poacher. P-O-C-H-E-R.
Now,
they've been around for years. Wonderful kits.
Right,
model factory hero.
Right, hold on. We got a couple of questions.
Right, Rattle Can Rebel.
Yeah, hello.
Go Rattle Can.
Hello, Rattle Can Rebel. How are you, sir?
On the group build duration.
Oh, yes. Yes, there is. The group build. Forgot all about that. So
duration.
The group the build duration is going to be 3, 4, 8, 12. Was it 3 or 4 months we had decided on?
Well, we said we'd do 3. We'd do a 3 year, so it's 4 months basically.
So yeah, 4 months, and it starts 1st of June.
Right.
Now, what we're going to do with it, as we've said, any escort, of any era, so Mark 1, Mark 2, whatever you want to make, as long as it's an escort, Ford Escort, whatever you want to do to it, if you want to wrap rod it, lower it, tighten it, anything you want to do, everything's included. Just go for it.
Stick it in a diorama.
Yeah, just go for it. Just do what you want to do. Have fun with it. They're one of the best cars ever made. I have great memories of the ones I had, because I had quite a few RSs to get through. Not crashing them, like buying them and selling them. But no, they're wonderful, lovely cars.
Start first, any escort, any era, anything you want to do to it, feel free.
Yeah, anything you want to do to it, just have fun and go for it.
Yeah.
Can Rebel said thanks. I'm in them, boys.
Yeah.
From John Henley, if you had one piece of advice to give to a newbie, what would it be? Mark.
Don't listen to everyone's advice.
Right. Neil?
Yes, same. There is so much contradictory advice out there, even down to how to glue things together or even do decals. Find somebody that you're happy with watching, and you can see their finished work if they're prepared to put it on YouTube and that, and stick with them and explain, let them with their videos show you how to do it.
Yeah. by all means, go and listen to what other people have got to say. You know,
the other thing,
don't take what everyone says as gospel.
And I can answer that question. Just go for it. You'd be surprised at what you can do. I, in my right mind, never thought I could do anything like that, but I gave it a go. Yeah, albeit I give it up, but that was for personal reasons. But just pick the kit up and go for it. You get it wrong the first time, you'll learn, and you know what to do the next time. Yeah,
and that's exactly how, well, I'll say that's exactly how I've learned, but it's not quite true in my case, because I haven't learned anything yet.
Dave said get another hobby.
Yeah. Just treat it as a hobby.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Treat it as a hobby. And
yeah, a lot of people, it sort of becomes life and death, and it's not.
Yeah.
It is a hobby, and enjoy it as a hobby.
Yeah, people, you know, human beings can be very jealous and envious, and for various reasons. And it's hard to believe, but in a hobby such as this, which should be fun all the time, inevitably somebody comes along and ruins it. Try and stay away from people like that. You'll know who they are, because they'll crop up. You'll run into them at some point, and you'll know.
Enjoy it because you like
there's a lot of I don't know how to put it politely. There's a lot of
idiots.
Not idiots. There's a lot of egos. There's a lot of egos in the modelling world. Some of them are really nice blokes. Others can be pains in the neck, shall we say. But it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not just YouTube and places like that you find them. If you join any club, any modelling club in this country, even IPMS, you will usually find one who can be a pain.
Yeah, and I think it's true of life, you know,
whether
in general.
it be a complete rivet counter who will look at a tank and say, "I'm sorry, you've got 2 more rivets on that side than what you should have," and they really can be. That's the other piece of advice I would give to a new modeller. If it looks like what you want to build, if it's painted like what you want to build, don't let anybody tell you it's wrong. You build models to what you want, not for what other people want.
Oh, I've just thought, no, scrap all my previous advice. My main advice would be to join Misfits.
That would really put them off the hobby in one go, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're specialists in paper planes.
Yeah.
Hang on, paper planes, you know, that really is part of modelling.
Not, then try something else.
There's a group I belong to. There's a group I belong to, and there's 2 of them in there that make paper models of ships and all sorts of things, and they're absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, no, right. Oh yeah, I've realised what I've done here.
Well, haven't you?
So let me clarify. When I made that statement about we specialise in paper planes, I was being self-derogatory about my ability to make a bog standard paper plane. Now, believe it or not, we're forced to make these little statements like this because they get taken out of context. So if you are a person that makes paper, ships, planes as a profession and as a hobby, I have amazing, you know, admiration for what you do. They are absolutely incredible. Only yesterday I saw it was almost like it was huge because it was in his garage on trestles, an aircraft carrier, and it was all made out of paper. Another guy I saw, he built a paper Boeing 737, and just from putting that on YouTube, he's a school lad, he's made it out of manila folders and plain paper, and he actually got flown out to the company whose plane he made, and he's got a very promising career ahead of him now, purely because of that YouTube video that he put out showing this paper plane he's been working on, and all the doors open on it. You know, the wing flaps and everything move, and the rudder moves, and the wheels turn, and the gear goes up and down, and it's all made out of paper. So just clarify that. Is that all the questions? So Neil's going to show us this.
No, I fell asleep.
Yeah, I've got that. I do have that ability.
What ability? You never show that you're awake.
That is my superhero power, putting people to sleep. Putting people to sleep and making them feel down. Apparently.
Right, let's come on, baby. Kick off.
Work it, baby.
Yeah, I know. It's not going to work, is it, you little snoddle? Come on. That's froze. Right, I might disappear a little minute, but don't worry, I'll be back. Let's just reopen it. Close that one. Come on. Exit. That's it.
Please start.
I've disappeared. I've disappeared.
Yeah. He'll be back.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, Ferrari. Oh, you need to click your mirror button. I don't know. There we go.
Right then. Do apologise for the lighting. I have LED lights because I have bad eyes since the accident. Right. 2 kits. Now, the amazing thing with Model Factory Hero kits is they can come in the smallest of boxes for a very, very large amount of money, believe it or not. But this is because they're in so many parts. Right. We will do the Ferrari for last. Now then, this kit now really is very difficult to get hold of. Because they're all, what they do is they're all limited edition run kits. And usually they'll make 1 run, maybe 2, and then the kits will disappear for a fair while. They may bring them out in the future, or you may not see them again. Now, this one was really the, I think it was the first 1/9 bike kit they did. And it's the Brough Superior SS100. And this is the bike, or one of the bikes, that Lawrence of Arabia owned. This actually being the one that's in Bewley Motor Museum. He called all his bikes, I can't remember he called them, it was the same name, and they were just numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I remember rightly, he got killed on number 8, I think. So this one's one of the early ones, and it's privately owned. So this registration actually exists, this bike exists, GW2275. Now, the first thing you'll find with these is the instructions take a little bit of getting used to. This one is not too bad. They've started to try and bring the instructions out the same as what main line manufacturers are, so that it's easier. But as you can see, start off with the engine, putting the barrels together, separate fins, putting them together, then onto the heads, putting the valves together, all the rockers in, bringing all that together, carburetor on, push rods on, then you move to the fuel tank. You then start putting the frame together and dropping everything on. Bear in mind that this kit is 99% metal, 99% white metal. So it's it's not too bad once you get used to using it. The biggest thing with this kit that I've been told is you have to spout the wheels. The wheels don't come spoked. You have to make the wheels up. Even though there's a jig, people have found it's a little bit of a pain in the neck. I have been told some tricks to get around it, because apparently there's a way of doing it that makes it easier. That I've yet to find out, because I've not actually built this kit yet. So then you go through the wheels. As you can see, everything is in this. Your speedometer, even separate pieces for outer cable stop, and even the fly nut for adjusting the brakes on the cable. The chain is all separate linked, so you have to build the chain up. Then the rear swing arm. Clutch is a clutch pack what you build, and it all goes together with the springs, and the back end comes to the front end, so the swinging arms on. Then you put the primary chain onto the drive, and then you bring it down. Front forks, which are girder type front fork system. Very old fashioned type of system, but it did work. It was a good system. And then you're bringing it down to generators and batteries and everything, and the final little bits and pieces on the bike, and then onto the angle bar seat. Even the seat is separately sprung seat. And this, when it's finished, will look something like that. There are pictures of these online that people have built. I know Will Patterson, when he got his, he done a very good review of this kit. This actually is the first review I've ever done of a kit, so be kind to me. Now then, what have we got in the box? What do we have in the box? This is what you get in a Model Factory Hero kit, and this is how it comes. Oh, nice bit of sponge. And all of the other little bits in the bottom. Now then, bidding. Right, we'll start off with what's in the bottom. I'm not going to cut all these packages open because it's still fully sealed, this kit. Now, as you can see, these are all flipping LED lights. Let's dimming them down a little bit. I might even switch that one off. That's better. Right, as you can see, you get it in that position. Shall we say that's better? Now then, those are all the links for the chain. That's all they are. Separate links, as you can see there. Just hundreds of separate links. Then you come on to the main stuff. Clutch pack, which is those along there. You've got number plates, brackets, all sorts of little bits and pieces. A lot of these, without going through the instruction, I wouldn't be able to tell you what they are. But that's the photo etch what's in it.
How thick is that, Neil? Is that quite thick, that photo etch, or
no, that is thin. That's thin photo etch. Look.
Yeah.
That is what I would call proper photo etch. It's not the thick stuff. It's proper thickness photo etch. Very much in scale, though. Very much in scale. And then we come on to loads of pieces of wire, different lengths of wire and all sorts in it. Not fully certain what all these are for. They're all different thicknesses. So I'm not particularly up on what that's for, but we know that's in there. You then have the decals. The decals, even though these are not going to be cartographed decals in any way, shape or form, but they are not too bad, I have been told. I've never even had these out the bag. Never even had them out the bag, so we'll get them out to see what they're like. As you can see, everything is nicely packaged, and it is tight to get to, but don't know whether you can see this. The carrier film on the front one, which is whiting out with the camera, that one there, the carrier film is a little bit heavy, but I think that will go down nicely. The back one is beautiful because it's black and just white carrier film in the centre. And then, believe it or not, you get that, and that is the quality of model. And these are Model Factory Heroes' own decals. Come on. You know, I'm going to start getting my proper camera out to do this. Because this is not good. This is embarrassing doing it this way. Come on. You're not going to do it, are you? Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll run through these quickly, and what I will do with my big camera, I will get the big camera out and I will do a proper review of this kit so you can see everything properly. Because it's unfair showing you it like this when you can't see it properly. But as I say, this is the first time. You're lucky, this is the first time I've ever done this. I don't like this idea. He's dropped me in it again. Right, the screen is one piece of acetate with just a very slight mark of what the screen is, what you have to cut out. Very, very thin. And that's vacuum formed, as you can see. So I'm not going to get that out. Now, tyres, absolutely beautiful. The moulded, they're solid tyres, but the moulding on them is absolutely awesome. If you see that closely, look at that for tread. And this is the type of details that you end up paying for with Model Factory Hero, is the fact that they are so perfect, it's untrue. Even down to the Dunlop name on there, where a lot of companies, because they haven't got licensing rights, change the name on the tyres or deliberately misspell it. And Model Factory Hero, because of who they are, they can just really get away with asking and saying, can we use this? And people are quite willing to let them use it because of their quality of product, shall we say, that it's good to have your name attached to Model Factory Hero. These parts are all of the seat, the grips. As you can see, I've not had this open. I've had so many offers to buy this kit off me as well. So many offers. As people are struggling to find it now. But I will not let this go. It's a bike that I love and I think is gorgeous and it just needs to be built. Right, there you go. And this, look, as you can see, totally bendable. This is real what you would call rubber. You've got knee pads off the tank, seat, footrest. I think that's a cover for the magneto. And you've got both front and rear grips, which the way they do it, as you can see, there's a bar straight the way through them, and you have to cut through the bar where it tells you to take each one off. So that is a solid bar through there instead of trying to form.
Neil, can I just pause you there a minute? I just want to bring attention to Peter in chat. We don't want to revisit. We had a lot of trouble last week with the group, and we don't want to revisit it. We're trying to remove ourselves from that argument that happened last week. It was a misunderstanding. We consider it to be a misunderstanding. Neil issued an apology, even though I didn't feel he needed to. And we're not being hypocritical at all.
Look.
We just want to move on. We're leaving that behind us now. I've got no interest in visiting anymore. So as far as I'm concerned, the issue is done with. If you don't like that, then you know, you're welcome to go elsewhere. I can't tell you what to do. But it seems.
Plastic Welder, you're welcome to join him.
Why? What's happened now? I don't know what's going on because I can't actually see the chat. But there's some stuff going on there, Neil.
As per usual, one person's kicked off and it's started again. I'm not putting up with this. If you don't like the show, you don't have to watch it. We're not forcing you to. You don't have to be nasty in your comments. You don't have to be hypocritical in your comments to quote people. Yes, exactly, Rob. If you don't like the group, do one. There is other groups out there for you. We're not forcing you to watch us. We're not forcing you to comment saying you don't like this, you don't like that. We are who we are. You don't like us, you know where to go.
Why does it always have to be this way?
Because some people just
Thank you.
have to do it, unfortunately. I
mean, clearly we're just trying to share what we're doing, share what with our builds, what we've done during the week. We're trying to help people, and then we're getting people coming in that are just trying to stir shit up. And it's just not, you know, as much as I want to have subscribers for the group, I don't want subscribers that are just going to cause trouble.
No, they're not welcome. If you want to cause trouble, go to another group. This is a group for people that enjoy the hobby and want to get on with the hobby and be happy with what they're doing. Not to have someone come in and ruin their hobby just because they think it's fun. I'm sick of it. You don't like it, don't watch the show. If you don't like my aggression, don't watch the show. And I apologise to everyone else that's watching, but I'm about had it with it now.
We've had a really bad week over this, and I don't think people appreciate how it affects you. You know, it's when you're trying to create something, and then somebody comes on and attacks one of you for laughing, for example. I don't know. Anyway, I said at the outright, we all said we were not going to approach this. We wasn't even going to give it any time on air because we just wanted to move on.
There's no need for it.
And the thing is, somebody's still come in, and because we haven't mentioned it, they have deliberately tried to force the issue. So yes, they've forced the issue. They've got a reaction, and we've so now everyone will see this, that we're aggressive.
Now, you know what winds me up? And I've got to say this to everybody. Everybody that watches this show and everybody that's watched this show from the start knows that I do the chat. Mark and Neil don't do the chat. They don't read the chat. Yeah, thank you very much, Peter. Now I can tell you one to do one because I'm about to explain that. Peter's response is, well, I shall leave on this note. Neil and Mark seem to be nice guys, but such aggression from the chat moderator is a right put-off. Good luck with the future. Well, good luck to you, because I can tell you now, it's people like you that have made me the way I am. You have ruined the hobby for me, so well done. I've had it. You can both pick it up. I've finished. I've had it. Clearly, that's what they wanted. They wanted me gone. Well, fucking good luck to them, because that's what they've got.
Right. Right. I don't know where to go from that.
Do what you want. I'm finished. They couldn't get through to you and Neil, so they've aimed it at me. That's the second time this hobby has been aimed at me. There will not be a third time.
Right, I think we'll close down for the night there. And we'll do you want to finish what you were doing, Neil, with the review?
No, what I will do is I will carry this on next week, and I will make a review of the two of them properly.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing. This has gone on too far now. As Angela said, I have had so much support of different people and people messaging me that I did nothing wrong and it was somebody else's fault. I felt for the group that I needed to apologise, just so that our group did not take flack or anything like we've done tonight.
Yeah.
So I did.
And they did, but now they've aimed it at me again because they couldn't get you to.
It's. I do not understand what it is in this hobby about group versus group. Why, I do not know. There is enough in this hobby for everybody to be somewhere that they're happy. And I have got to the point now with what happened last week. It's done. It's finished. Forget it. Let's just move on. Just move on.
People are not happy unless they're destroying.
You see, the thing is, and I will not. The only thing I will say, if you go to Sprue Surgeon's page on YouTube, you will find that it's been changed to Misfits+1. Now, it doesn't come up if you put in Misfits+1. But if you put in Sprue Surgeon, Mark's old name, it comes up. If you have a look at the comments underneath the video, that is where I have answered the comments from the other group. Now, I have left them up there. And this is not apology answers. This is the truth. Mark knows it's the truth. Now, if they want to push it so that or people start saying all over the internet just why I have got a little bit me back up over the week because of what they said, so be it. Because if you read it, you will realise why I laughed when you see the beginning of the show. The certain members of that group still owe me money for the birthday club. All right, I've said it live. And they can't say anything about it because it is true. And the people who owe me the money know they owe me the money. So as far as I'm concerned, I think I still have a bit of money in that birthday club to allow me to laugh from when I left the club. And I didn't leave from there. I was kicked out, literally. I didn't even get a face-to-face, why am you leaving? It just literally, one night I was there, next night it just come up, you've been removed from this group. I'm not going any further than that, because what it did was make me move on and sort it out with Mark and say, yeah, let's do this. And this is what we wanted to do. We then had somebody from that group deliberately come into this group, pretending to be a mate, and all he did was transfer things back to them. And I can't believe it. We're not building the next world's atomic bomb. We're not trying to... work out how to invade Russia. We're building models. We're smelling styrene and paint, for Lord's sake. I don't know what it's all about, other than some people are jealous of other people. And I can't stand why. And it's got to the point where it's not just upset Angela. The past week has upset me. I've got enough on my plate to worry about without silliness like this off another group. So it's on. I am sorry to all our members. We will call it a night tonight. If you want to go and watch the video, read the comments underneath. You will exactly understand what I'm talking about, and that is all correct because of my mental health issues. Believe it or not, I have serious mental health issues. Because of it, I have to keep a diary where a lot of the stuff is put down, and I have to keep times and everything. And the times are in there and everything. So if you want to go and look at it, and you will understand what happened. But it's just ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. And for somebody to come in having a go at Angela tonight, I just cannot believe that somebody's done that. I'm glad it's only one of us. I'm really sorry to everybody because it ruins it for everybody. And I think we'll leave it there. We'll finish early tonight. We'll leave it there. I just don't. We thought it was behind us and we was going to carry on.
So I just want to say that I'm talking to Smoo directly now. I did see your Saturday show. I saw all your little giggles and your little laughs at me and what I wrote to you privately. I wrote to you privately because I didn't want to embarrass you publicly, because I've got some form of, I've got.
Don't do it, Mark. Mark, don't do it. Don't rise to
down to their level.
Do not rise to him. Do not rise to him. That's what he's trying to do. Leave it. Leave it.
I wouldn't bother.
Leave it. Don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. You are better than that. And everybody who's watching will tell you, you are better than that. Don't do it.
He doesn't know what he's.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, don't do it. Pack it in, Mark.
Yeah.
Pack it in.
Right. To our members that that know what's going on, that know, I am terribly sorry that you've had to witness this. But maybe it's been needed. That's all I can say. I don't know what else to say. I would say thanks for watching. But there you go. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
Bye for now.
Hopefully this will be sorted out. I do apologise. We don't like ending shows like this. I'm sorry. One person spoilt it for everybody. I'll speak to you next week.
Angela said she's not doing it no more. So thank you immensely to, what was his, Peter James and whatever.
Well done to the lot of you for ruining a hobby for a woman. I know it's a man's group, but you're all assholes. And I hope you're all proud of yourselves.
I mean, we're trying to get people in the hobby. We're trying to get people to be happy in this hobby, and then things like this happen. It's just
not going to happen.
It's just bullying.
Yeah.
Right.